Target audience is 13 and up. Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another Beyblade X video. Today we're going to be taking a look at BX-20. It's the 20th release for Beyblade X, and this comes with Drandagger, which has been a pretty hype release. Comes with the new Rush bit. It also comes with a re-release of Shark Edge if you missed the random booster Shark Edge, which is awesome. Also comes with a flat bit, and it comes with a Night Shield recolor. This recolor looks super cool. Comes with the 580 ratchet, which is great to have, and it comes with a taper bit, which is also really good. So let's get into it and see what it's all about. So first up, we've got the Dagger blade. This looks really sick. I love the color scheme on this. This sort of white chip looks super cool. The shape of this really reminds me of Blitz Unicorno in Barrage mode from Metal Fight. Interested to see how good this ends up being just because of the shape. Typically, the gimmick of Barrage Attack doesn't work great, but Beyblade X, kind of does things differently. So we'll see how it does. It also comes with the 580 ratchet for this combo, which is, I don't know, probably one of the worst ratchets to put on this combo. I would do either 360 or 560. Having it on 580 is kind of weird. And then the main gimmick part for this entire set is the Rush bit. So this is a smaller diameter flat bit, so it's not as wide as a regular flat. It's about as tall as a normal flat, but the actual diameter of the flat part is smaller, and the gearing on the bit is different as well. It's 2 teeth shorter than a regular bit. So the idea is that it's going to ride the rails a little bit slower. It's going to accelerate faster, but it's going to move through the rails overall a little bit slower. It's supposed to be sort of a more consistent bit, and it's probably the part I'm most excited about for this set. So very interested to test this out on some other things. Very cool part overall, and yeah, I'm looking forward to testing this out. And another cool part that we get another copy of is the 580 ratchet. So most people have been trying to avoid the 80 ratchets competitively, but the 5-sided ratchets seem to burst less. So if you're trying to go on a taller height, the 580 ratchet is probably the way to go, certainly over 480, definitely. And it does come with another taper bit, which is always good to have. And then the recolor for this Night Shield combo in general, I think looks super cool. I love the sort of translucent violet. I think it looks great. And then the last Beyblade in this set is Shark Edge, which I was not expecting. For them to release a re-release of a random booster prize, literally a month after, is insane. I don't know that they've ever done that before. Certainly not that close to the random booster release. So it does come with a flat instead of a low flat, but flat is great to have. It's got a little bit better stamina than low flat, and overall just a good part to have an extra of. And yeah, this recolor looks great. I've heard a lot of reports of the green Shark Edge being pretty heavy. In fact, most of the things from this set being fairly heavy. So here's a shot of the entire set together. I love the recolors on this. Green Shark Edge looks great. I feel like a lot of these colors remind me of early 90s translucent tech, like Game Boys and IMAX. Jolly Ranchers, I don't know. Is that just me? Anybody else feel that way? So here's a look at the Rush bit next to the regular flat. You can see what I mean when I said it's a smaller diameter. The length of the gears is also shorter, and the amount of gears is shorter. So let's do a quick weight test and see sort of where everything stands. Dagger is one of the heavier blades right now, so mine came in at 34.5. I've seen people get these up to 35. Same with the green Shark Edge, so there's some heavy stuff in these sets potentially. If you get something that's 35, that's pretty heavy, so congrats on that. Unfortunately, my stuff was not, but still fairly heavy for the blades overall in general. Alright guys, so we're going to do a couple quick test battles, so very interested to see how this blade does. Kind of reminds me of Barrage mode, Blitz Attacker, or Blitz Unicorno. So I don't know. We'll just have to see how the blade does. I'm very interested in the bit. The gearing change and the smaller diameter flat I think is pretty interesting. Not sure how great the blade's going to be. I think it'll be all right, but I'm not sure how great it will be. I don't know if it's going to be like top tier, but we will find out. So quick couple test launches just by itself to sort of see what Rush does. So we'll flat launch. Huh. It actually feels smoother hitting the rails. Let's try to tilt it. Interesting. So tilting it seems like you get like 2 good rail passes. Flat launching, you get like 3 good rail passes, at least with string launcher at the strength that I'm launching at. So, all right, first up, let's try it against Hellscythe on 360 Orb. Big hit. I will say that the one thing that I think Dronsword may have going for it is it feels maybe a little more dense than, or Drandagger feels a little more dense than Dronsword. Like the weight feels like it's pulled in. Like you can sort of see like a lot of the weight for the points on Dronsword is pushed outwards, where it feels like maybe some of the weight for daggers, like it's just brought in just a little bit, which can make a huge difference. So I don't know. But next up, we've got Night Shield. I believe this is 480 needle, so let's see how it does against this. We'll do one more against Night Shield, because it doesn't seem like it's doing amazingly well against this one. Okay, next up, we've got Dronsword on 360 Ball. Let's see how it does against this. So win for Dagger. So Drawn Sword actually has pretty decent stamina. That's why people run it on like ball or needle as sort of like a stationary attacker or less aggro attacker. So that's why I've got this on ball, if you guys are wondering. And we'll do one more against Drawn Sword here. Drawn Sword hopped right over it. That's pretty cool. Okay, so real quick, we'll test its stamina. So I'm gonna throw it on ball, and then we've got it against Hell Scythe on board. Let's see how it does against this. So you see it shaking right there. So Dagger may be a bit off balance. So I don't know if Dagger is going to be usable in the same way that Drawn Sword is for stationary attack builds. But so far it seems alright. Like I said, we will be doing like more extensive testing with Dagger in the next couple days. Sort of, again, tracking win-loss percentages with the Dagger blade on different builds. I don't think 460 is a great pick for the ratchet. We might try 5 or 360. I think that will suit it better. But this is a really cool set. I mean, if you missed the random booster set with Shark Edge, then this is a great way to get Shark Edge. We've seen reports of the green ones being heavier, so that's a big win. You get flat, you get taper, and you get rush, which seems like it's going to be a really good bit. I'm very interested in testing this out on more stuff too. There's going to be a lot of testing videos this week. So for Dagger, we'll be doing a bunch of testing, and then we'll be trying Rush on a bunch of different builds as well. Very interested to see how this performs on other things, especially things with not great stamina. So things like Leon Claw, I think, may benefit from Rush. I'm interested to see Viper Tail on Rush as well. I think that'll be really interesting. So anyway, let me know what you think of this set, guys, what you think of the Dagger Blade. There was a Korokoro article in the last issue of Korokoro that said this isn't a direct evolution, this is like a side Beyblade. So kind of like how Multi has several Beyblades, this isn't going to replace Drawn Sword. This is just going to be another Beyblade that Cross has and uses at some point. So I'm sure we will get a direct replacement to Drawn Sword eventually, but this is not that. So just so people know. But it is a very cool looking blade. It really does remind me of Blitz, which is a very cool looking Beyblade from Metal Fight aesthetically. And yeah, I like it. I think it's cool. I'm interested to know where it's going to place sort of on the tier rank for attack types. I think it's probably got a little too much going on for it to be used for any sort of stamina builds, and I think it's the weight distribution isn't going to make it great for stationary attackers like Drawn Sword, or even potentially a Viper Tail, sort of on ball or needle or whatever. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Hit the like for the algorithm, drop a comment, and I will see you in the next one. And really quickly, a big shout out to our patrons: Blueberry, Joe Tomo, Lucario, Teddy, Zenki, Evoe, PJC92, Sammy, and Roboto. Thank you for the support. Link is in the description. Thanks everybody for watching.